Max Thompson, Dave Campbell's Texas Football here at the College Gridiron Showcase in beautiful Bedford, Texas. I'm here with Alex Lyons, Rice linebacker, more importantly, DeSoto's finest. Alex, I just got to ask you, were you watching? Did you see the game? What was it like knowing that DeSoto finally got over the hump this year with that state championship?
It was great. I was so happy for those guys, all the years, all the great players that have been through DeSoto. It seemed like we could never, get the big one. So I'm so happy that those guys were able to do it. Happy for Coach Peterman and his staff. A lot of those coaches I played for. So happy that they finally got the job done.
Was there a little bit of part of you, too, that was a little happy for Coach Mathis, too, to see kind of like his work finished?
Yeah, very much so. Coach Mathis doing a great job at SMU. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was very ecstatic to kind of see that he played a part in that and that DeSoto finally, got that football state championship.
It was pretty awesome watching all of them, especially Coach Peterman, how relieved it looked like he was to finally get it done, man. You played a lot of great games at DeSoto. We're Dave Campbell's Texas Football. We care about every part of your career, obviously. What were some of the games that stood out to you when you look back at some of the teams you played and the close calls and the big games in the playoffs?
Skyline was always big, all the D1 guys who played in those games. We always been in the playoffs, a lot at stake. And then my junior year, we played a team out of Florida, Miramar. That was a huge game. First time I played somebody out of state, kind of just to see, everybody talks about Texas football, Florida football, so it was nice to get experience of that before I got to college.
Do you feel like, especially at something like this, where you got the Texas guys and everyone else, they kind of stand, these are a little bit of pride, looking around and being like, hey, we played in Texas here.
Oh, for sure. You always want to represent Texas well because, that debate's always going to go on. So you want to make sure you can get a notch in your column when you're up. Hey.
So you made the decision when you left DeSoto to go to Rice. At the time, I'm sure you knew about the education you could get. You knew about Coach Bailiff, obviously, one of the best coaches in the state. How did your experience go at Rice? What do you feel like you left with? Was there anything about it that surprised you?
The past year definitely was surprising how we performed, but it was definitely, I learned a lot at Rice. Played with some great guys, played for some great guys. It was a great experience. Like I said, I learned a lot, grew as a player, grew as a man, and I'm definitely happy for the experience Rice gave me.
What did you end up majoring in? I didn't even get a chance to look.
Sport management and sport medicine. I actually have 7 hours left to finish the sport medicine part, and then I'll finish with both those degrees.
Oh, just 2. No big deal. Typical Rice guy, right? Yeah. So obviously you're here. You want to try and push to the next level. But if that, when football does end, what's the plan with those degrees?
Not entirely sure yet. Still up for wraps. I'm trying to kind of put everything into this right now. This definitely requires all my effort, all my attention, to be able to get on a team and, make that dream come true that I've had since I was young.
What part of, going to Rice, working in that academic environment, the demands that you guys have at that school, how do you think that prepared you better than maybe some other guys for this kind of situation?
Just kind of helped me, kind of filter out the distractions. During this process, you can kind of get a lot of distractions coming in from wherever they may come. Rice definitely helped me, be able to focus on the things that matter, like school and football. Now, more so even football, with only having 7 hours left to finish, definitely helped me be able to filter out those distractions and focus on what I need to focus on.
You talked about this year at Rice. Obviously not the year you guys envisioned having, but you guys did finish really strong. As people who watch every one of y'all, every one of y'all's games, we noticed the difference down the stretch. What changed for you guys in those last few games? How did Coach Bailiff and the staff keep you guys motivated? How did you and the seniors keep everyone motivated to finish the way that you did?
Basically telling those guys, play for pride. At that point, we had reached during the season where we weren't competing for a bowl game, weren't competing for any conference accolades. So play for pride, play for the name on the back of your jersey. And the team is still pretty young. We had a group of seniors who definitely contributed, but that team's gonna have a lot of players back, so they had something to build on going into next year. So
Coach Bailiff stays for another year. Obviously, we felt like that was the right decision. You feel like that was the right decision? You think they got something to prove now?
I think so. I think those guys have a great group of guys coming back. Coach Bailiff won't have to deal with necessarily a young team as he had the past 2 years. So I think Coach Bailiff is the right guy for that job, and I think they're going to do really good this year.
Obviously, you're here working towards the next level, trying to get to that next spot. What do you think sets yourself apart here? What's your mentality going into this process, and how do you want to show people that you're ready to be an NFL player?
I just want to prove that that I can impact the game in different assets, whether it's coverage, run game. Unfortunately, we don't have like the special teams part here. I didn't play a lot of special teams at Rice, which wasn't necessarily my decision. My coaches kind of held me out from it. But just prove that I can play an offensive game. I can be an impact on the game. Mainly coverage. I know we'll get a lot of opportunities to cover here. So we didn't do a whole lot of man coverage at Rice, a lot of matches, but not man. So definitely looking forward to showcase that I can cover people man.
Rice and DeSoto's finest, Alex Lyons. Thanks for being with us, man.
Thank you so much.